Alrighty, welcome back. Last time we fought Susano, the Kojin Primal, and got Gosetsu. Well, the pirates of the Confederacy got Gosetsu out of a jam. And then we came to Yansha, which is where Doma is. We're currently in the House of the Fierce, which is the headquarters of the Doman Liberation Front, and we were reunited with Yugiri, who now wants us to meet her in Namai, which is there. You're in disguise. Ah, Asuka, I am glad to see that you too put thought into your garments, given the covert nature of our activities. I didn't, though. I should think my reasons obvious. To enter the village while wearing the garb of the shinobi would be beyond reckless. We shall pose as traveling merchants. Asuka is our leader, and we as her assistants. Are there any objections? I'm not really the merchant type, but if you think this is the best way to go about it, I'll trust you. Then, without further ado, let us begin. We'll go this way first. And talk to Honami. Weren't you the one who came with the general, no? I see. My mistake. It warms my heart to see traveling merchants in Namai again. Though the Imperials never sealed our borders, folk like you have taken to avoiding Yansha ever since the rebellion. Unfortunately, that has only made it harder for us to survive. You may have noticed that we lacked for a great many things. It was not much better before, true, but it has only gotten worse. I think it would be fun to spend some time in a little mountain town like this. There's the persimmons that Gosetsu mentioned in the previous episode. Hello, Miyama. Foreign peddlers in Namai. Whatever it is you sell, I have no money to buy. Perhaps you should go elsewhere. Saying that, I know of no village in Yansha that has fared any better. Once I would have directed you to the samurai lords of Monzen, had they not all died in battle or in the purges. There is the Doman Enclave, of course, but that lies beyond the Dairyu Moon Gates. That's the big wall that we saw when we entered Yansha. Needless to say, the Imperials are disinclined to let any but their own pass. Oh yeah, there are wolf guys. Masatsuchi. A traveling merchant with meat perchance? Bah, better not to know when I have so little coin. I feel your eyes upon me. You know not the Lupin? Surely you have not been long in Yansha, else you would. For generations we served the lords of Doma, compassionate and wise as they were. But the memories of such times fade with every passing day, as others would tell you. And Chigusa... You, a merchant? Forgive me my skepticism, but you strike me less a woman of commerce and more a common sellsword. Give them my best impression of Hancock. That does little to assuage my doubts, and if anything, makes me clutch my coin purse tighter. Oh, sorry. We have to try the other option. I stand corrected. Such a warm and cordial nature you possess. I pray you forgive me my earlier rudeness. It has been some time since the Viceroy came to our village to purge it of insurgents. Those who resisted suffered terribly, and those who did not fared little better. We who remain know better than to risk her ire. If the Imperials demand laborers, we comply. But if they demand conscripts to send as soldiers to other provinces, we obey. Our lives are difficult. Ours is a difficult life, with little in the way of luxuries. I know not what you sell, merchant, but I doubt that I, nor anyone else here, can afford it. So, Namaya's not doing well. Asuka, what have you learned? Everybody's broke. Lise and I encountered much of the same. They have been pushed beyond the brink. I expected frustration and disillusionment, but not so much that they would come to question the wisdom of opposing Imperial rule in the first place. Unless we can convince them otherwise, I fear I cannot convince Lord Hien to return, and without him, the ones we leave behind. Let us not yet lose hope, though the situation in Namaya is bleak. Mayhap it is not so elsewhere. I wish to speak with others outside the village. Lise and I will look for farmers in the paddies to the east. Asuka, I ask that you look to the south. Surely they cannot all have given in to despair. Hiccup. Guess we'll find out. Oh, I'm going north instead of south. That part of the wall is all broken. Uh-oh. Someone's in trouble. Being a tiny caterpillar, they're called. This thing's as big as me. Hello, Azami. Are you all right? Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you hadn't come along, I don't know what I would have done. You're all right now. Can you get back to the village? What am I doing out here? Oh, looking for flowers. I need some for my parents' graves. The ones my brother and I usually bring are yellow, because it was my mother's favorite color. You haven't seen any, have you? No, but I can look for some. Golden Carnation. Hungry caterpillar. I read the book about you. Now we take the flower back to Azami. Only yellow ones will do. Mother wouldn't have wanted anything else. Here you go. Yellow. Ah, you found someone. Thank you so much, miss. That's twice you've saved me now. If you have some time to spare, maybe you could come with me? I'm sure Mother and Father would want to meet the woman who showed me such kindness. We buried them on a cliff to the west of the village. There's a path through the terraces. I'll show you. Ah, the dizzy turtle. We're here. Just give me a moment to put down the flowers and I'll introduce you. They love to meet travelers and hear tales of faraway places. Maybe you could tell them one about your homeland. Azami? Azami! Are you there, Azami? Oh, it's you. What in the... You should not be here. Get away from my sister. Don't be so rude. She saved me from monsters, brother. She even helped me pick flowers for mother and father. Go back to the village, now. You're scaring me. I said go. Stay inside and lock the door until I return. Don't think me ungrateful. My sister is the only family I have. If you saved her, then thank you. But it changes nothing. I asked you to leave, and now I'm asking you again. I'm not going to report you to the Imperials or anything stupid like that, but it's too dangerous for you to stay here. So please, I'm begging you, just leave us alone. She said your parents were buried here. She told you, did she? Yes, that's right. My mother and father believed in the rebellion. They left to fight for Lord Cayenne. They came home on a cart driven by Imperial soldiers. The soldiers demanded that the families of the insurgents present themselves, or else they'd burn the whole village to the ground. So we did. What choice did we have? They beat us in the village square with their hands, with sticks, with anything. They kicked us while we lay on the ground, begging for mercy. They made us denounce my mother and father, call them fools, call them traitors, say they deserved to die. I heard them laugh, but I dared not look up. One leaned close and whispered in my ear that what he'd do to my sister if they had to come back. They're gone, but they're never far. All it takes is the wrong word in the wrong ear, and they'll return. And then I'll have to dig another grave, if I'm lucky. Whatever you came here to do, leave us out of it. If you want to fight the Imperials, go and fight them on your own. You can't help us, no one can. And this is all we've got, so please, don't take it from us. God, the Imperials really suck. You are come at a good time, Asuka. We but recently completed our inquiries. What of yours? I was not aware of these events. The boy, Issei, he told you all of this? Such disgraceful, despicable crimes. If I knew the men responsible, I would not hesitate to hunt them down. Forgive me, that outburst was unbecoming. The more I learn of the Imperial's actions in my absence, the more difficult I find it to marshal my emotions. Could Lord Yen have foreseen this, that our people's spirits would be broken so? Though at first I scoffed at his pronouncement, it feels all too possible now that he might resolve to surrender himself. A new ruby tide. Despite everything we have seen and learned, I refuse to renounce this cause. We should return to the House of the Fierce and consult with our comrades. Perhaps together we might... Did you hear that? Quickly, we must find a place to hide. Yes, let's find a hiding place.
Imperials. Why are you milling about like a pack of slack-jawed mongrels? Form a line! Now! Finally. I come before you today to deliver an announcement of the highest import. So listen well. While on a charitable mission to Isari village, the acting viceroy and her personal guard came under attack from Confederate forces. This brazen, unconscionable act cannot and will not go unanswered. As loyal subjects of the Empire, who enjoy her safety and prosperity, you have a duty to defend her as well. There is no cause for alarm. We have no intention of sending ill-trained fodder to the front line. Those who are selected will be expected to perform rudimentary tasks, cleaning and maintenance and so forth. You will serve only as long as you are needed. Afterwards, you'll be free to return to your homes.
Yeah, I bet.
You first.
The Empire has no pressing need of cleaners. This is but a thinly veiled attempt to intimidate those who supported the Confederacy's actions, and isolate any whose loyalty they already suspect.
And lastly, you. That should suffice for now.
Don't worry. I will be back before you know it. Listen to the elders while I'm away, and do not play outside the village. Everything is going to be fine. I love you, all right? Remember that I love you.
We thank you for your cooperation. Rest assured that this will all be over very soon, once the Confederacy has been made to pay our own ruby tithe.
There's no telling what might happen to those people. We have to help them.
And we shall, but before all else, we must needs ascertain their destination. I doubt this is the first village the Garleans have visited, nor is it like to be the last. I will track these men. Will you help me?
Yeah.
Pray return to our headquarters and tell the others what you saw here. Should we have need of reinforcements, I would know that they are ready.
But I should be going with you. I came here to fight!
Soon enough, Lise. Soon enough. For now, we must proceed with caution.
I know that. I do. It's just... when I saw them rounding those people up... Look, if anything happens, anything at all, you'd better call for us. I mean it, Yugiri. Anything...
Oh, I hit the button too soon. She just said anything at all again. Oh, my button pressing finger has gotten jumpy today. Regardless of what the officer claimed, I fear they have crueler designs for these people. With me, Asuka, we must hurry. And hurry we shall. Yugiri not cross through the wall? No, she didn't. Given the circumstances, we must make every effort to refrain from needless violence. Here, it is a shinobi's tool for when a more discreet approach is required. Use it with these darts. They are coated with an alchemical reagent that induces a deep sleep. There are soldiers patrolling ahead. Were circumstances different, we could engage them directly, but for the village's sake, we dare not risk it. We will use our blowguns to incapacitate them, regardless of your familiarity with such weapons. You are a veteran warrior, and I'm sure it will come naturally to you. Nevertheless, practice is in order. There, the soldier on the hill below. Take aim and fire. If the dart finds its mark, he should fall within moments. Get to... I see him. I think I hit him in the butt. Well done, my friend. Now give me your map. There is a vantage point from which you may observe and fire upon the other soldiers. Worry not. I shall be with you every step of the way, keeping watch for other patrols. We shall speak again on the other side of the river. Alright, let's go to that vantage point. Alright, I see one right there. Go to sleep. One more. Where is he? There he is. Alright. Now to our next destination. Excellent work, Oscar. They appear to be none the wiser. The villages are being held in the castrum to the south, Fluminus. Once, it was the base of operations for the Guardian occupation, until 10 or so years ago when they relocated to Doma Castle. Now the castrum serves as little more than a storage facility. I spy 2 sentries near the gate. As you've proven yourself to have impeccable aim, I would ask you to incapacitate them. This hill should afford you a clean shot. Yeah, it sure does. Nighty-night, gate guards. Oh. I missed one. Luckily, he didn't have time to react. Now, to Yugiri. Where'd she go? Fine work, Oscar. You have a gift for the ways of the shinobi. The way is clear. Let us move closer and see what has become of the villagers. Sir, the Ahn from the villages are assembled for inspection. Very good. I will address them personally. Attention! Shortly you all will be transported to the facility on the distant shore. Your duties, as you have been previously informed, will be rudimentary in nature. More specifically, you will be tasked with the repair and maintenance of various arms and armaments, as well as Magitech devices. Magitech? But we're farmers. We don't know the first thing about Magitech. It'd take us months, if not years, to learn how to do that kind of work. The material in question was damaged when your kith and kin rose up in rebellion. Therefore, you bear the responsibility for its repair. If you cannot perform your duties, you will learn how. And if you cannot learn how, then your villages may find themselves at the mercy of the Confederacy and other radical elements. Is that what you want? Deal with this rabble. I am needed at the castle. This is no temporary measure. Those men and women will die in servitude. Once they're taken to the other facility, it will be too late. If we are to intervene, we must do so now. Agreed? Yes. Then let us be about it. The will to live. Despite the urgency of the situation, we must still proceed with the utmost caution to ensure the safety of the villagers. To wit, we must infiltrate the castrum without raising the alarm. I will deal with any soldiers near the entrance. Stand watch for others approaching from the north until you hear my signal. Okay. Waiting at my destination. A hawk's cry pierces the silence. Yugiri is waiting. Speak softly, lest the others hear us. What of the outside? Nobody. That is good. We may proceed as planned. These ones shall not soon wake. However, the others are too close to the villages. Incapacitating them as I did these ones is far too risky. Fortunately, a solution presents itself. I would have you disguise yourself as an Imperial soldier and convince them that a changing of the guard is in order. You have your pick of uniforms. They shall not protest. Well, this one looks the closest to my size. You have chosen one to your liking, then. Excellent. I shall hide these ones where none will find them. Our sleeping beauties have been laid to rest in their bunks. And while I was in the barracks, I happened upon these spare uniforms, in case the items in your possession are not to your liking. This Kabuto and Teko should match the Uwagi, Hakama, and Choka in your possession. And with that, you have a full set. I am sure that once you change, it will seem as though it was bespoke. You will need to give the soldiers guarding the villages a proper imperial salute to complete the deception and convince them to come here, where I will be waiting to deal with you. Okay? And there we go. Now I'm dressed like an imperial soldier. Give this guy an imperial salute. Is it time already? Not that I'm complaining, mind, but I thought the others would be gone longer. And you. Changing to the guard, is it? About bloody time. Just looking at these on is making me depressed. Reminds me of when I was in their shoes, pissing myself in fear. Now back to Yugiri. These ones shall sleep soundly along with the others. And with that, there are no more soldiers to trouble us. You can dispose of that accursed uniform too. It is time to guide the villagers to freedom. Alright, let's put on my... no, not try on. This is the button I want. There it is. Put on my normal gear. There we go. Now we free the villagers. Hello, captured villager.
Listen to me, all of you. We have dealt with the Imperials for now, but you must flee this place quickly.
Dealt with them? Oh no. You didn't kill them, did you?
Are you mad? There's no escaping the Empire. Running will only make it worse.
To stay is to die. You know this to be true. Even if you lack the will to fight, surely you have the will to live! Or has that, too, been beaten out of you? Is this what has become of Doma?
You were Lord Hion's retainer, trained to fight without fear and obey without question. Well, we're not. We're lost and afraid. We hate this, all of this, but we can't do a damn thing to change it. And trying will only make it worse. It's a pathetic existence, but it's all we got. And when people like you come here pretending it can be different, it doesn't help, all right?
Peace, boy. Peace. She came to help, and for that we should be grateful.
Elder, your face.
We all have scars. Some too many to bear. Too many battles. Too much lost. Our friends, our family, even our liege. We who survived are forced to bend the knee, to sell our souls and surrender our dignity. How are we to lift our heads when this shame weighs so heavily upon us? Your courage, your resolve, they are as salt in our wounds.
If they only knew what you would do for them, my lord. You have made your plight clear, and I shall impose my will no more. But know this, brothers and sisters of Doma. For all you have suffered, for all the horror and the ignominy, you are still here. You are still alive. My lord prays you value your life as highly as he does. As for me, I swear by all the Kami in creation that I will free you from this torment, no matter the cost.
If the Imperials come for me, I will tell them we were tricked by an Ori woman.
Tell them whatever you must to keep your loved ones safe.
Why would you... After everything?
That's a bummer. Daughter of the Deep. Apologies, Asuka. I was lost in thought. Mayhap they have the right of it. Mayhap we are fools for urging them to rise once more. Yet I have to believe, that in their heart of hearts they still... Now is not the time. We must finish what we started. I have in my possession a powerful medicine that befuddles the mind and memories. We must administer it to the soldiers ere they wake. The medicine will leave the soldiers confused and unable to clearly recall recent events. They will suspect that they fell asleep at their posts and be reluctant to discuss it with others. It is not more than a temporary measure, but we dare not kill them for the sake of the villagers. Tend to the last two I put to sleep. I shall see to the others. Alright. Find a suitable place. Looks like there's one over there. Use the medicine on him. Go back and grab the other guy. him somewhere. Medicate this one. Now search for you, Gary. There she is.
Forgive me for making you search.
It's alright.
It calms me, the sound. It helps me to remember the sway of the ocean when I close my eyes. Despite the many great and noble things I said, in truth I am not of Doma. I was born beneath the waves of the Ruby Sea.
Yeah, I met your parents.
To think that you were there, that you even spoke with my mother and father. They are in good health, then. The knowledge is of great comfort to me. That I might have the strength to protect my home from the Empire, I left to learn the secrets of the shinobi. Day and night we trained, ever striving to exceed our mental and physical limits. After a time, my skills were recognized, and I was dispatched to assist the Doman Liberation Front. It was then that I met Lord Cayenne and his son, and their loyal samurai, Gosetsu. Good men all, brave and true, so clear their eyes, so pure their purpose. Any shinobi would have been proud to serve them and Doma. But, in the end, I will always be of the sea. Every day, I pray for my home and for the people I left behind, that they might be spared the wages of war and live in peace, untouched by this madness. I confessed this to Lord Hien once. Do you know what he said to me? He said, "Good. We are better for the conviction of our allies, and draw inspiration from their example. What is weak alone may together grow stronger." Never did I lose faith in them. Even when all was lost and I led our people to Eorzea, I clung to the belief that our dream would one day be realized. But when I gazed into those eyes bereft of hope, when those broken men balked at liberty, the dream was shattered.
Together we are strong, and we must carry on.
That you remain resolute even in the face of everything we have seen. It heartens me more than you know. Thank you for standing by this naive fool. An Imperial airship. It is bound for Doma Castle. Quickly, we must rejoin the others.
Go to the House of the Fierce. Even though the Aetherite's broken, story-wise, it's still gonna let me teleport there. Yep, let me through. Gary, there you are. Come, come. We must tell the others of this airship. We'll hear what they know of it.
There you are. What happened? Are the villagers all right?
We freed them, along with many others. Kosetsu, we spied an airship bound for the castle. Know you aught of it?
Aye, that we do. The Crown Prince is come to Doma.
Great.
We suspect this is a result of recent events in Girabania. Our defeat notwithstanding, there appears to be some concern in Garlemald that subversive elements may be rallying in other provinces. Though Yotsuyu governs Doma, Xenos remains the province's anointed viceroy, and it would seem he has come to assess the current situation in person.
If Xenos is here, we must seize this opportunity and kill him.
Would that it were so simple, Lady Yugiri. You may recall that we encountered Xenos at Rolga's Reach. We have seen firsthand what he can do. His power defies explanation. He faced the Alliance, the Resistance, and the Scions, and he defeated us all. We survived and learned from the experience, it is true. But if we are to defeat him, it will not be through simple opportunism. We will require a flawless plan.
We know his strengths. A prodigious swordsman trained from childhood by the finest Imperial tutors, reputed to be without equal on the battlefield, which is why we must not meet him there. Nay, we keep to the shadows, the domain of the shinobi, and thence we strike. You need only give me the chance.
Were this but a matter of personal revenge, I would not presume to bar your path, for I myself crave that same vengeance. But to draw steel against the Emperor's son is a grave decision, and one that will shape our nation's future. Do not forget Lord Hien's words.
What, that we should sheathe our swords if the people lack the will to fight? I will not squander this opportunity. If we do naught, our master's life is forfeit.
Even should you succeed, Xenos' death will not win Doma her freedom. More likely, her doom. Can we defend our people against the Empire's retribution? We few against a legion? Do not be a fool, child!
Mayhap I am a fool with foolish dreams of a future that will never be. But I cannot, I will not forsake them!
Yugiri, wait!
What now?
Yugiri, what are you doing? Path of no return. I will not pursue her. It is for her to think on our master's words and recognize the futility of her course. Those, at least, are my thoughts upon the matter. Yours may be different. Should you wish to give chase, I will not bar your path. We each have but one life, and it is not to be spent recklessly in pursuit of our goals. Pray she realizes this soon. Let's see. Oh, it won't let me. Guess I'll go to Namai. No. Yugiri, where'd you go? So Yugiri can talk to birds, apparently. Did Gosetsu send you to stop me? No. And you came of your own free will. I should be surprised if you agreed with my chosen course. No one else did. But it is not as fanciful as they would have you believe. Scant moments ago I received the Crown Prince's itinerary from one of our spies in the castle. It would seem that Xenos has no desire to remain in Doma any longer than necessary. He wishes to inspect the moon gates this very eve. His impatience is to our advantage. He arrived without warning and gave Yotsuyu no time to prepare. The whole castle is in a state of upheaval. To avoid delay, he has declined a full escort. We will be traveling with no more than a handful of soldiers. Kami could not have blessed us with more auspicious circumstances. I will kill him, Asuka. I will. Not alone. I know the odds. I know what he's capable of, and that in an open confrontation I will likely die. But if I do not, if I succeed, then countless lives will be saved. Doma, Alamigo, everything will change. One life for that world is a price I would pay 1,000 times over. What? What is it? Why are you looking at me like that? Do you mean to join me? Yeah? Thank you. Thank you. I cannot well express what this means to me. We have much to discuss, but we can do so on the way. Yuzuka Manor is some distance from here. We must hurry. Huh. Who's that? Stay calm. No one else knows you were here. No one knows you saw anything. No one knows you overheard two rebels plotting to kill the Crown Prince. God, stupid, stupid, stupid. You know how this ends, and they only have themselves to blame. You have to tell them. You have to. Uh-oh. Gates look cool at night. Thought I could get through that gap. This is far enough. Let us discuss our plan of attack. The time between the seconds. Xenos' itinerary is as follows. He will depart Doma Castle by ship and approach the moon gates. The Magitech field will be deactivated briefly, allowing his vessel to pass. It will then continue on to these very docks, where he and his entourage will disembark. As you can see, this area is not ideal for an ambush, wide open, multiple avenues of escape. The manor is better suited to our needs. Let us split up and search for suitable hiding places. Okay. Cool, this location appears ideal. Ah, there you are. From the roof, we would have a clear view of the docks. It is settled. We shall lie in wait here until Xenos arrives. As discussed, if all goes to plan, he shall fall with my first blow. If not, then the two of us will have to engage him in open combat. His escort is of no consequence, which means that we will have a 2-to-1 advantage. Nevertheless, he is not to be underestimated. What are we at time-wise? Alright, we'll go a little long and do this. All that remains is to wait. I trust that you are ready? Yes.
He comes.
The village is not far, my lord. If it please you, we shall escort you there directly.
Less a province than a graveyard. The rotting husk of a broken nation devoid of proper sport. But as his radiance wishes...
Yes, of course, my lord. And may I say how terribly sorry we are that you had to come so far.
He's got that sword Yotsu you found.
We labored long to sow the seeds of hatred, of fear, to train them as beasts. Now we shall see the harvest. Let there be savage beasts baying for blood, and not hollow-eyed prey cowering in the dark, or there will be no joy in this hunt.
She moves quick.
Ambush!
Shinobi? And me without my brute.
How weak you are. Is this the sum of your hate?
This is only the beginning. For Lord Kayed! For Doma!
Ah!
Mayhap I shall test this new blade of yours. Let us hope it is to my liking, lest your misfortunes compound. Then again, I am loath to expend such effort on the unworthy. Come, earn the honor.
Zoom out so we can see the whole fight. Okay, I can only turn torpedoes.
This day you die! Leave this to me.
All right.
Ow.
Let us put you to the proof.
No, I must fight on. I must.
Run, beast, run!
What? He said you should make reflections of yourself.
I see.
I'm stuck in a tree.
Ah, I remember you. Al Amigo, the champion of the savages.
Look ye where the sun doth rise, see crimson embers darkening skies. Look ye where the sun doth fall, see azure lost amidst the squall.
Oh, your horn broke off.
Oh, how right I was to spare your life. Hear me, hero. Endure. Survive. Live. For the rush of blood. For the time between the seconds. Live. For the sole pleasure left to me in this empty, ephemeral world. Live! You are not worthy.
from them, you Imperial dog!
No, don't. You must flee.
We're not going anywhere, do you hear me? We're not running away! What you're doing is stupid and reckless, and I never wanted any part of it, but here we are! I've spent my whole life hating myself. For every time they made me beg, for every time I held my tongue to protect the people I love. And then you came along and reminded me of all the things I never said and never did, and it was even worse. I would have given anything to forget, to walk away, but I knew I'd never be able to live with the guilt. So we came, all of us, for you, for ourselves, for Doma!
Death is death, regardless of the reason. Yet you seem determined to die, intruding upon this sacred ground, turning weapons you can scarcely wield upon me. Your lives will not even begin to redress the balance.
How wrong you are! Go, now! Guzetsu, see to Yugiri!
Hey!
I can't see a damn thing. Someone stop them! My lord?
Huh. Well then. I guess we know the truth of the hearts of Doma now. Hien will be pleased. There. I don't think we were followed. Gods, I had no idea what was going through that man's head, but I am heartily glad he decided to leave. Oh, and don't thank us. Thank Elfino. He has the House of the Fierce patiently awaiting your gratitude. He's at the House of the Fierce, patiently awaiting your gratitude. You should have seen the way he turned pale when he heard about Yugiri's plan, and how you, of all people, had decided to help her. He was in such a panic, barking orders, calling for a squadron to be assembled. As were you. I was rather composed, as I recall, though that is neither here nor there. All the little angels. Can you believe it? We faced the Crown Prince himself and lived to tell the tale. You have no idea what this means for us. Everyone's talking about getting more weapons and armor, and we're not going to stop until we've taken back our homeland. Ah, right. Getting a bit ahead of ourselves, aren't we? We've got wounded to tend to first. We should get back to the village. Alright. Back to Namai. But, for now, that's where we'll end this one. We went a little long to see that fight. So, next time, we'll pick back up right where we are here and talk to Issei.